everyone, welcome to semester 5 and welcome to e-lecture series of Pharma Ignite, an initiative taken by LJ Institute of Pharmacy in this uncertain period of COVID pandemic. I, Arti Patel, Assistant Professor at Department of Pharmacognosy at LJ Institute of Pharmacy.
Dear students, you have studied in semester 3 about secondary metabolites, their definition, their primary chemical nature, and their general uses of secondary metabolites like alkaloids, glycosides, tannins, resin, volatile oil, fixed oil, flavonoids, etc. Now in semester 5, you people are going to study these secondary metabolites in detail, their detailed phytochemical nature, their detailed pharmacological action, and certain herbs which are rich in these secondary phytoconstituents. So in the first lecture we will start with glycosides. Even the glycosides, you people know that glycosides are the high molecular compounds which are which can be reduced with mineral acids or enzymes, and they get divided into two portions, a glycone portion and glycone portion. A glycone portion means non-sugar portion and glycone portion means sugar portion. So this general introduction about glycosides, their physical and chemical properties, you have studied in semester 3. Now you have studied the chemical classification of glycosides like anthraquinone glycosides and bitter glycosides, cyanogenetic glycosides. So among them, today in lecture 1 we will study about the anthraquinone glycosides. So anthracene glycosides, they are also known as anthraquinone glycosides, as most of the herbs are containing anthracene glycosides in anthraquinone form. So if we see history, from the ancient time, the anthraquinone glycosides have been used as purgative drugs. Major herbs which were used in history were the rhubarb, senna, aloes and cascara. The anthraquinone glycosides are distributed in monocotyledon and dicotyledon, both plant species. Especially in monocotyledons, the Liliaceae family plants are rich in anthracene glycosides. They are present in the C-glycosidic form. Especially the barbaloin molecule is more occurring in Liliaceae family. These are C-glycosides. As you people are knowing, the glycosides are also classified according to their glycosidic linkage. So C linkage, O linkage means the non-sugar and sugar part are connected with each other through a particular common molecule, a particular common atom. So according to that atom, the glycosides are classified. Like if that connecting atom is C, then they are known as C-glycosides. If the connecting atom is O, then they are known as O-glycosides, right? So here in Liliaceae family, the anthracene glycosides are majorly found as their C-glycosides. The barbaloin is the major anthracene glycoside which is present in Liliaceae family. Among dicotyledons family, Rubiaceae, Leguminosae, Polygonaceae, Rhamnaceae, Ericaceae, Euphorbiaceae, Lythraceae, Saxiferaceae, Scrofulariaceae and Verbenaceae are rich in anthraquinone glycosides. Certain fungi and lichen are also shows the presence of anthracene glycosides. Now the derivatives of anthracene glycosides, anthraноls and anthrones, they are among the derivatives, they are the pharmacologically potential derivatives of anthracene glycosides, and hence we will study. So anthraноls and anthrones. Anthraноls, they are the reduced anthraquinone derivatives. They occur either as a glycone or they are attached with sugar portion and occur as the glycosides. So anthrones are generally pale yellow color, non-soluble in alkali, and they are non-fluorescent. Anthraноls are brown yellow in color, they are soluble in alkali and they are strongly fluorescent. So anthraноls can be easily differentiated, or the herbs can be easily distinguished from the anthron containing and anthranol containing by the identification of fluorescence. The anthranol containing herbs will show a very strong fluorescent and we can easily differentiate the herbs. You can see here the structures of aglycone portions of anthracene glycosides like anthron, anthranol, oxanthron, anthraquinone. They are interconvertible through a minute reaction like oxidation and reduction. The forms of anthracene derivatives available in plants, say in aglycone portion, the imodine, aloimodine, chrysophenol and rein are the major moieties or derivatives of anthracene. And the sugar part, glycone portion, mainly the glucose is majorly attached with the aglycone portion. Anthracene derivatives are found in two different forms like dimeric anthracene derivative and monomeric anthracene derivatives. Dimeric anthracene derivatives are derived from two anthracene molecules. So two anthracene molecules get attached with each other and they form the dimeric anthracene. They form easily by mild oxidation of anthrons and they get connected by covalent C-C bonds through C10. Even these dianthrons are of two types, homodianthrons and heterodianthrons. As the name suggests, the homodianthrons, here the two anthron moieties are same, means the same molecule in two numbers, means two molecules of same derivative, they get with each other, they get connected with each other through C-C linkage and they form the homodianthrons. So the cyanidines, which are the aglycone portion of senosides, cyanidines A and B, they are the example of homodianthrons. They are all formed of two rein monomers, the senosides. The A group of senosides are L formed, okay, and the B group of senosides are there, senosides A, B, C, D, you will study in detail in further lectures. So these are the stereoisomers of each other, senoside A, B, C and D. So group A is L form and group B is the mesoform, which doesn't have optical rotation. Here you can see the structure. In the structure you can see same molecule in two different molecules of the same derivative are attached with each other, and if we see the mirror image is a mirror image of the half is the second. Okay, so this is the structure. All the functional groups are same. As we have seen the homodianthrons, now where the molecules are same, they are mirror image. Now heterodianthrons, in the heterodianthrons the two anthron moieties are different, not the same, and they get attached with the C linkage. The cyanidines C and D are the examples of heterodianthrons where the two molecules are different and they get attached and they form the dianthron. The C group are L form and the D group are the mesoform, and they have zero optical rotation. Here you can see the structure where the two different molecules are attached and they are forming the dianthrons. Now anthraquinone glycosides are occurring in the herbs in two different ways, we can say. One is O glycosides and second is C glycosides. The examples of O glycosides is cascarosides A and B. Both O and C glycosides contain 2 sugar units in the anthraquinone glycosides. So here you can see the O linkage of glycon and aglycon in the cascarosides A and B. You can see here the oxygen atom is the linkage between glycosidic form and aglycon form, means the sugar and non-sugar portion. Now the C glycosides, where the linkage atom is C. So barbaloin is the example which is formed from the removal of one sugar from cascarosides. Here the common linkage between sugar and non-sugar portion is C, and hence they are known as C glycosides. So anthraquinone glycosides occur in the herbs in two forms, in O-glycosidic form and in C-glycosidic form. And this difference of O-glycosidic and C-glycosidic that helps in the differentiation of the herbs containing different type of glycosides that we will see by the chemical properties. Like the O-glycosides are identified by Bontrager test, which is a simple test. In that first step, we just take the powdered drug, we boil with mineral acids. After boiling with mineral acids, the sugar and non-sugar portion will get separated. The reduction of glycosides will occur. Then filter the portion. In the filtrate, we will find the anthraquinones in free form. Now add organic solvent, benzene or chloroform. So the benzene or chloroform which will solubilize the aglycon portion. The aglycon portion is soluble in benzene or chloroform, and hence it will come into that solvent. Then shake well and separate the organic layer. Means separate the benzene or chloroform, whatever you have taken as a solvent. Separate that particular solvent layer into another test tube, and then add ammonia to the organic layer, to the benzene or chloroform layer, and shake well. Let the two layers separate. Then after some time, ammoniacal layer will show pink, red or violet color depending upon the original color of the anthracene derivatives in that particular herb. So the pink, red or violet shade, that indicates the presence of anthraquinone derivatives in the herb, right? So this is simple Bontrager's test. Here we have done the reduction of glycosides by using mineral acids, as because O-glycosidic linkage is easy to break with the enzymes and with the mineral acids, whereas the C-glycosides are detected with the modified Bontrager's test. The steps are same. Here only one modification is there. Instead of the reduction by mineral acids, we here will use oxidative reagents like FeCl3 or KMnO4 as the hydrolyzing agents, because C-glycosidic linkage is not so, it cannot be broken by the mineral acids. So here we will use oxidative reagents like FeCl3 or KMnO4 for the separation of glycon and aglycon portion. Then filter and follow the same steps as like Bontrager's test, and the pink, red or violet color will indicate the presence of anthraquinone derivative. So the difference between Bontrager test and modified Bontrager test is, here in the modified Bontrager test we use oxidative reagents for the breaking of C linkage. Now going to the detail of pharmacological action. The anthracene glycosides are get absorbed and transported to intestine with the help of sugar molecule which is attached with the aglycon portion. They are first absorbed in intestine. The aglycon portion is absorbed in intestinal walls. The aglycon there, it is separated and excreted in the colon. So here in the colon the aglycon is entering. Till that it was attached with the sugar portion which helped the aglycon to transport to the large intestine and colon. There in the large intestine, in the colon, the dienthrons get broken into monoanthrons. We have seen dienthrons which are made up of two molecules, either same molecules or different molecules. So they here in the colon, they get broken into monoanthrons. These monoanthrons means the breaking is done with the gut bacteria, gut microflora. They break the bond between the dimers, the dimeric form, and the monoanthrons are formed. Then these monoanthrons which are present in the colon, they irritate and stimulate the inner wall of colon, and they increase the peristaltic movements due to local irritating action. Right? You can see here in the figure, the colon wall is getting irritated with the anthranol or whatever the form of monoanthron in the herb. Then that peristaltic movement, increased peristaltic movement will cause the reduction in water absorption, and it will cause the evacuation of the colon faster, and it ultimately results in soft and bulky feces. So the anthracene glycosides are pharmacologically useful in the condition like constipation. Then so the modern, even the ancient uses were also purgatives. The anthracene glycosides were used as purgative in the constipation. They are also act as cathartics. They also have other actions like anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antifungal, and some of the anthraquinone containing herbs are used as natural dyes as they are colored compounds. So important points about anthraquinones to be remembered are: anthraquinones take about 10 hours to produce an effect. So generally you must have seen the patients who are taking anthracene glycoside containing herbs like senna or aloe as the purgative, they take it at the night, as because it takes almost 10 hours to produce the pharmacological effect. The glycone part helps in transportation of the aglycone part to the intestine. Anthracene glycoside should not be used for more than 10 days. They should not be used by children below 12 years of age, pregnant women and lactating women. They cause gripping pain as because most of the anthracene containing herbs are also containing mucilage, which irritates and gives gripping action, and it gives gripping pain in the stomach. They should not be used more than 10 days because they are habit forming. If you frequently use anthraquinone containing glycoside containing herbs frequently, then they will form the habit. So habitual constipation may occur. So here you have to be careful about the drug you are using for the treatment of constipation may lead or may worsen the constipation due to frequent use. So these are the important points you should remember about anthraquinone. Then anthraquinones, as you know the chemistry, they are phenolic glycosides having colors. So this is the detailed introduction about the chemistry of anthraquinone glycosides. The frequently asked question from this portion is, say in GTU, there many times they have asked that write about different derivatives of anthraquinone glycosides, explain the difference between Bontrager's test and modified Bontrager's test, and describe the pharmacological action of anthraquinone glycosides in detail. So these are the frequently asked questions from this portion. Hope you have understood the topic very well. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the herbs containing anthraquinone glycosides, and there I will give the detailed referencing of the whole topic. Till then, thank you. Subscribe our YouTube channel Pharma Ignite for further videos.